Okay. Yep, I got you. Ouch.
I expect this race tonight to be very interesting with how, remember, these are pavement-driven trucks, and seeing them go sideways on dirt is going to be really interesting tonight to see how these drivers are able to kick that truck sideways.
All right.
And as we see the 5 machine of Nathan Mascroft finish up his lap, looks like he's the 5th fastest right now on the board. And right now we're following the 42 of Ed Osborne. As he kisses the wall there, his lap will not count.
And sitting right now, our top 5 is Bobby Hall Jr., Robbie Richards, Wes Wigan, Alex Healy, and Nathan Mascroft. Looking on screen right now, you see the 42 of Ed Osborne as he is taking, I believe this is his 2nd lap. Josh Lockwood in the 6th truck. He's going to put down the 10th quick time. Also out on track, you've got Proctor.
Akamani Proctor.
Say it again.
Akamani Proctor.
But there's no N in that.
Akamani.
But he forgot the N. It says Akamani.
That's how I always heard it, but it could be wrong. So Proctor, I apologize if that's not how you pronounce it. We're working on it.
He's 10th quickest in the saw. Keith Hackney went out for a minute, came back in. Next on the track in 08 is TJ Handley. TJ Handley, hashtag save the budget. $10 paint schemes. Just ask Discord. Template 88, hashtag 9391. TJ Handley in that 08 machine. That truck looking a little ill handling there a little bit as he comes across the start-finish line. TJ goes 18th quickest. Also on the track right now, truck number 69. He was last week's winner. It's Keith Hackney from Calhoun, Georgia. Keith Hackney, a controversial finish to pick up the win. But you know what? If you're Hackney, you would have done it too.
Oh, absolutely. And, you know, Steve Hackney's got to be a favorite here tonight. He's one of the dirt guys. We've seen him for years and years and years over on the dirt side. He's coming out to his little playground now here on the dirt side. He's been a front runner. He's been a threat all season so far on the asphalt side. And now, Steve, he goes quick time here tonight.
He goes quick time. And next on the track in the 06 is Josh Abbey. Josh Abbey from Houston, Texas. In the 06, the Harpoon truck. Josh Abbey going 10th quickest on the board. Look at him. Look like that truck looks a little dialed in. Josh Abbey going 3rd quick. Also on the track at the 113 is Daniel Worthington. Daniel Worthington in the 113 machine. Well, BJ, this is our kind of neck of the woods. Dirt track racing at its finest. Here at the dirt track of Bristol, we're going to see a lot of beating and banging, a lot of rubbing is racing here on dirt track. And Daniel Worthington goes 4th quickest. 21 cars have timed in.
Absolutely, Steve. This is going to be fantastic race for us as announcers. This is what we're used to. I mean, this is ultimate dirt TV, so I mean, it is kind of what you should expect here on this channel. But Hackney right now sitting in the lead with a 19.25, and second is Bobby Hall with a 19.36. While we wait for more drivers to come on out, we still have several drivers yet to put a lap time down. Talk a little bit about our stage break on lap number 45 here tonight. Our stage break is on lap 45. Normally it would be on lap 40 for the trucks, but they have pushed it back to lap 45 to allow closer to the halfway mark. That way when they go back green, it'll be lap number 50. Allows these guys to get their pits, get their fuel. Tires aren't really going to be an account here as we do not have tire wear. But qualifying has ended. Results there on screen. Top 5, Keith Hackney. Ooh. Keith Hackney, Josh Abbey, or Bobby Hall Jr., Josh Abbey, Daniel Worthington, and Robbie Richards, your top 5.
All right, here's heat race action number 1, and on the pole from Team No Love, truck number 69 is Keith Hackney. To his outside, the Shine Racing 06 is Josh Abbey.
Inside row number 2, it's going to be the 48 from Carolina. It's going to be Robbie Richards. And to his outside from the Regulators, number 97 is going to be Alex Healy.
And starting 5th, driving number 42, we got Ed Osborne. And starting 6th, we got Justin White driving the 2 machine for Simbox Motorsports.
On your 4th row inside. And I have to be my row, right? With the high side hustlers? It's Mr. Proctor. All right, then we're just do that. That way we can't mess up the first name. And to the outside, in the truck number 11, it's Cody Verrill. Cody Verrill in truck number 11, starting 8th tonight.
Inside row number 5 from J2R is going to be the 7 machine of Josh Clemens. To his outside from Team New England, the 38 of David Brackett.
On the inside of row 6, we got the 19 driving for Misfit Motorsports. We got Christopher Blanchard. From High Side Hustlers, we got Travis Twitty starting 12th.
And rounding out your field is Stephen Choate, with Stephen Choate racing truck number 27 to his outside. And in truck number 18 is Gary Jazorski. And rounding out your field in the High Side Hustler Motorsports, truck number 34 is Jason Bridges.
So this should be heat number 1 of 2 here tonight. We got 15 trucks on track. Keith Hackney set to bring us to the green. That didn't catch. Okay, so they will do the 2 full pace laps around. Normally they just do 1 for the asphalt side. They just have the 1 short pace lap. I've got to say, I've got to go with Keith Hackney here tonight, Steve. He's got to be the favorite. He's the dirt guy. This is his home turf. This is what he knows, the dirt surfaces. And he was a 10th quicker than the field in qualifying.
Definitely, this is something that he is familiar with, the dirt side. Keith Hackney in the 69. I'll go with Josh Abbey just because he did pretty good on the outside there.
I don't know if Scott Fritz is in the building tonight, but if he was, he has my pick all day long.
Waiting for Barney the flagman, wave that green flag. We're racing out of turn number 4 down the front straightaway. Saw Keith Hackney get a little loose there. He goes to the bottom. In turns 1 and 2, out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Give it to Keith Hackney, race leader. Josh Abbey in second, and Robbie Richards in third in a 48 machine. Coming out of turn number 4, down the front straightaway. It's going to be Keith Hackney, your race leader.
That outside line definitely showing momentum from Josh Abbey, but Keith Hackney able to lock it down on the inside, doing exactly what a veteran would do here on the dirt side in the trucks. Track is fresh, stick it down to the inside, stick that left front tire right down on the transition there from the flatter to the banking here at Bristol, and he's now starting to pull away as Josh Abbey's pulled down in behind him.
Well, I can tell you this, if you not notice, the scoring ticker is not working right now. Well, that's all right. We got Alex Healy there in the 97, currently running in 4th position. Ed Osborne has a top 5 as Keith Hackney's up front, but he has heavy pressure on Josh Abbey as he go into 1 and 2.
Just a really quick reminder, Steve, over on the dirt side, the NASCAR ticker does not like to work. Just a quick reminder. These top 2 drivers are pulling out away from, I believe it is Robbie Richards in 3rd. Scoring is a little bit messed up right now.
Robbie Richards in that 3rd place. There's Alex Healy there in 4th. Ed Osborne, currently your top 5. Then you got Justin White, Gary Jazorski there in 7th. He's up 7 spots to start the race. He might be someone to keep your eye on as Keith Hackney continues to lead out front here at the dirt track at Bristol. And now the other scoring starts to work. Let's see if...
It's a little overlap there.
Little overlap there. Let's see here. We'll try something else. We'll hit reload.
What it's actually doing is it looks like the cars that are grayed out behind, the names grayed out behind, are the cars in the next heat. But as you can see there on the screen, we have Keith Hackney, Josh Abbey, Robbie Richards, Alex Healy, Ed Osborne, Justin White, Gary Jazorski, Cody Verrill, and Akamani Proctor, and Travis Twitty. Looks like rounding your top 10 for this heat so far out.
We're going to try one other thing here.
Lap number 9 of 25. While Steve works on that, we're on lap 9 of 25. The laps aren't quite even counting down correctly.
Yeah.
26 laps remaining here. Hackney still leading the way. Abbey in second. It's been a single file rundown so far. Everybody's spreading out. You see the track. It's just starting to get a little slick patch right there on entry. Driver still trying to stick to the bottom side though, looking below it for the most part. A lap car down on the inside showing respect. He's heading for the pits. That's going to be Christopher Blanchard in the 19.
So you guys are the dirt track gurus, I'd like to say. So I'm out of my realm here. So how long will it take for the Highline to come in, or how long will Keith Hackney be able to ride that bottom?
Well, the last time that I ran trucks at Bristol Dirt, it took about 25 to 40 laps, but we also had 30 trucks on the track at that time, not 15. So I'm going to say by the end of Heat 2, but however, Bryce, if I remember correctly, you said we're going to get some work done to this track in between Heat number 2 and the feature race.
Yeah, if Jason Collins, our league admin and our fearless leader, he did tell me right, he was thinking about doing a track reset after the second stage heading into the main feature. So that is something to keep an eye on. But like you said, if these drivers are going to have the bottom line, most prominent line for the first 40 laps, you said, It's going to be interesting to see if that people try the high line before that happens, or if they're going to try to stick to the bottom. As we see the 06 of Josh Abbey try the high line right there.
Josh Abbey right now is running the high side right up there above the slick. Sorry about that, Steve. Keith Hackney was running the slider line, trying to maintain his momentum through the corners. Was not quite working. Abbey was able to make up ground on Hackney up into the wall down the back straightaway.
You looking right now, Hackney under some heavy pressure with some lap trucks. I believe the score's working right now. We have to swap over to the dirt track score, so that's okay. As long as you have some names on the board, you know who we're talking about. Keith Hackney, race leader. Now look at Josh Abbey in around the lap car. Abbey in that second place. He qualified, I believe, third tonight. So good job for Josh Abbey. Then you got Robbie Richards sitting there in that third spot in the 48, looking to get around the lap car, the 29. That's Travis Twitty. And then you have Alex Healy there. He's in that 97 machine. Currently running in fourth, Ed Osborne in fifth. Then you got Justin White, Gary Jaworski, Stephen Choate, Cody Verrill, and Mr. Proctor rounding out your top 10. Meanwhile, up front, it's the Keith Hackney Show. And does Josh Abbey have anything for Keith Hackney? Now, I can tell you this. The track at Bristol, it works a little differently. BJ, we've seen it where the top comes in really quick, the track dries out quick, and we've seen it where it stays tacky for a while. So you can get either or tonight.
Yes, we have, and a lot of it has to do, just about all of it has to do with the weather conditions, and a lot of it has to do with where the drivers like to run. Now, a lot of times, this is a fixed setup race, but a lot of times when you have open setup races, you'll have drivers that'll set their truck up for the high side and the high side only. So they'll go up to the top side, they'll lose ground early on in the race, but they're already set up for the high side. So for those drivers, for those vehicles, the top side will come in quicker than it will for the other drivers. We're sitting right now 5 laps to go. Most of these drivers still looking to the bottom side. Hackney is sticking his left front right there in the slick, running away from the field.
Well, I can tell you this. Stephen Choate's girlfriend is watching. Stephen in 8th position. And truck number 27th. But meanwhile, Keith Hackney way out in front from Josh Abbey. And if the scoring is correct, which we won't know until just a few moments' time, it should be. We're using the dirt track score because the NASCAR ticker, score tower, and slider is not working. If you look right here, 2 laps to go for Keith Hackney. The white flag should be coming out next time by for Keith Hackney, Josh Abbey, and Robbie Richards, your top 3. Richards into the wall, damage to the right front.
Yeah, I've seen that a lot of times here on in the trucks here on the dirt side. You're going to see him get up into the wall a lot. Later on in this race, you'll see the likes of the dirt veteran Keith Hackney. He's coming around on the last lap. Later in the feature race, you'll see his right rear throwing sparks off of that wall coming through turn number 3 and 4 right now. Heads down. Keith Hackney's going to take home heat race number 1.
It's a good, clean race by Keith Hackney and Josh Abbey there to set the field for the feature. And I'm looking at the chat here in the sim, and our Jason Collins is going to reset the track for this next heat.
All right, let's go ahead and look at heat race number 1. Results on the board. Keith Hackney, Josh Abbey, Robbie Richards, Alex Healy, Ed Osborne, Justin White, Gary Jaworski, Stephen Choate, Mr. Proctor, Travis Twitty coming home 10th. They got David Brackett, Cody Verrill, Josh Clemens, Jason Bridges, and Chris Blanchard rounding out your field. Here's your starting lineup for heat race number 2 and on the pole. In Earl's Shop Flex Motorsports, turn number 94, it's Bobby Hall. And to his outside from Pennsylvania in the 113, it's Daniel Worthington.
Starting inside row number 2 from Texas, it's the 88 of Wes Wigan. To his outside, it's the 5 car of Nathan Mascroft.
Driving for Flex Motorsports, we got the 4 machine of Alan Duranko. And starting 6 from Ron Morris Racing, we got Ron Morris Jr.
Your 4th row inside is Bobby Maszewski, and to his outside is Josh Lockwood in the 6 truck.
Inside row number 5, it's going to be the 31 of Brian Terry. To his outside from THR, the 08 of TJ Handley.
Driving the 31, we got Brian Terry starting 9th. And driving the 08, we got TJ Handley starting next to him in 10th.
On your 6th row is Joey Doucette in the Misfits Motorsports Win Motorsports truck number 16. To his outside, it's Michael McCluley in a McCluley Racing truck number 15.
And the 7th and final row from Southern Grown Motorsports is going to be the 23 of Kyle Harbin. To his outside from Georgia is going to be the 17 of Adam Newbert.
All right, lights are out. We're fixing to go racing here at the dirt track of Bristol. Heat race number 2, 25 laps on the board. Will it be Bobby Hall or Daniel Worthington? Or could it be Wes Wingen or Nathan Mashcroft? You're very welcome, Jackie. Hope you're having a good night. All right, the pace car is in. We're fixing to go green flag. Out turn number 4. You see him a little loosey-goosey on the front straightaway. A little beating and banging. That's all right. That's part of dirt track racing. Give it to Daniel Worthington out front into turn number 1. Coming out of turn number 2 down the back straightaway. This track is really slick right now on the straightaways. Daniel Worthington, your early race leader. Second place being Nathan Mashcroft. Bobby Hall Jr. in third. And then you have Wes Wingen and Rod Morris Jr., your top 5 here at the dirt track of Bristol.
As they head down the back straightaway, there's still a little bit of battle going on for that second place between Nathan Mashcroft and Bobby Hall Jr. Bobby Hall Jr. taking a look to the inside of that number 5 machine. He's looking hard for that second position. He wants to start in 4th place here tonight.
Well, you look at that right there down the back straightaway. Bobby Hall, he's digging it deep to try to sell cheap. That's one of our famous lines on the dirt track side as he pulls alongside Nathan Mashcroft momentarily, but going into turn number 1 there. This is where Bobby Hall excels at, but on the exits, he loses ground as they head down the back straightaway. We're on lap number 4 here at 25 in heat race number 2.
Taking a look there, you see battles going on further back through the field. That's going to be the number 4 machine and the 76 machine of Alan Duranco and Ron Morris for 5th place. Duranco on the outside. Morris going to slide up behind him there through turns number 3 and 4 to head back down into turn number 1 already, Steve.
Definitely heading and look at Bobby Hall Jr. still putting heavy pressure on Nathan Mashcroft. Mashcroft on the outside in the Flow Racing truck number 5. And then you see the Flex 94 truck. That is Bobby Hall Jr. battle for second, side by side. Give it to Hall. Right there, he's doing a good job. And you know what? Hall might not be done. He might be going for the race lead momentarily. As you see Worthington up into the wall. We're 3 wide for the race lead.
I'll look now to take the win here in heat race number 2. That's going to put him on the outside front row. Daniel Worthington very quickly battling back to the outside. Time to the walls. He says that was not enough to hurt me. Give me that spot back. It was mine, and I ain't letting it go easy.
Well, I can tell you this. There's a lot of stuff going on, especially with these top 4. Bobby Hall Jr. continues to work the bottom, but the top side's coming in. There's Worthington on the high side. Out of the turn, down the back straightaway. Mashcroft battles back for that second spot. Bobby Hall back to the bottom. Then you have Wes Wingen in the 88 truck. Just remember, we're only 9 laps in the books at the start-finish line. Long lap number 10. Next time by will be 15 to go for Daniel Worthington in the 113. So your top 4, they're battling out. There's 5th place. That is Alan Duranco. Then you got Ron Morris Jr. in 6th. Josh Lockwood, Adam Newbert, Bobby Manchevsky, and Michael McClurley there. Then you got Joey Doucette, Kyle Harbin, and then Brian Terry and TJ Handley rounding out your field. But up front, good racing going on for the top spot.
The one thing I'm noticing between this heat and the first one is the leader is running the high line against that cushion. So I wonder here, Steve, is that with the first heat drivers, are they watching this and looking at what the 113 is doing here? Or are they going to stick to their plan?
Well, I will tell you this: the first heat race, this is, when you come out for your first heat race, you are unexpected. You don't know what to expect. The second heat race gets to watch it a little bit, even though the track reset like that. They know what to do now. They've seen it. And they know that wall is their best friend as you just look at the 113 of the Worthington tail slaps. Now he's into the wall, and look at Mashcroft to the inside.
That's right. These drivers saw at the end of the first heat, the outside line became the dominant line as Keith Hackney moved up there and was able to pull away from Josh Abbey. Daniel Worthington made the move earlier and went up there, took that fresh dirt, took that clean dirt, got running up there before he had to push the cushion back. Now he's sticking it up there right on the cushion. He's fighting for his life as Mascroft went right along with him.
Right now, as you know, on dirt track, we're saying they're ripping the lip. That's definitely what Daniel Worthington's doing, is ripping that lip on the hindsight here at Bristol. Bobby Hall Jr. making another move to the inside. Mashcroft holds him at the line. 15 in the books, 10 to go this time for Daniel Worthington in the 113 machine.
Daniel Worthington loving what he's seeing in his rearview mirror right now. If he has got the time and the nerves to even look back there, as Mascroft and Hall still battling it out for second position. That's going to slow those two down. Here comes the 88 of Wes Wigan. He has got that truck on a roll right now. He's stuck it on the slot car track, and he is taking off now as he's running around the high side right there trying to get around Bobby Hall.
Well, I can tell you this, with the trucks, the top four balanced side by side, while your fifth place in Alan Duranco to close in on to your fourth place of Wes Wingen. Oh, contact, Wingen in hard in the wall. In that 88 machine, as we stay green, so is, let's see here, we got the 08 involved of TJ Hanley. Caution now on the racetrack.
TJ Hanley was a car going a lap down when that happened.
Let's see here.
While we work on getting the replay, just taking a quick look. Looks like the 08 gets a little tap from behind on the 5 car. That's going to send him down the track, and he's going to collect the 88, bringing up that caution.
That truck went a flying back downstairs, that's for sure, with this high banking here at the dirt track of Bristol.
Dirt track of Bristol. I like it. Now they need to build one and keep it dirt rather than just covering dirt, or covering Bristol in dirt.
Or they just go to a natural dirt track like Eldora.
Yeah, I don't know. I quite like this track. I'm glad they did it so we could have it here on iRacing.
Don't get me wrong, it's a fun track to watch and fun track to, I would assume, watch in person, but I'd rather see it at like an historic dirt track like Eldora or Knoxville or something like that.
Yeah. As you see the replay right there, the 08 just gets look like he got a little bit squirrely. The truck behind tagged him. Both drivers having a little bit of issues going on there. And now we're looking at it in super speed. Wigan really did everything he could, everything available to him to avoid getting involved in this wreck. He just really kind of got stuck. Could not get low enough. The only other thing that I could say he really could have done was maybe got out of the gas a bit sooner, but he was also in a battle for the top position there. That's a tough break for Wigan there, getting collected in that.
Well, he's lucky he didn't flip it over going down to the inside.
And correct me if I'm wrong, isn't it a little bit harder to hit the binders here on dirt than it is on pavement too?
Well, in the trucks, definitely. I mean, because you got more weight in the trucks. So, yeah, I mean, I guess if you hit the brakes, you could do the opposite effect.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, your best friend in dirt track racing is letting off the gas, especially if you're in a slick spot.
Yeah, and on the rare occasion you can actually use the throttle to slow yourself down. The new tire model that we have on the dirt side, and like the late model or a UMP modified, stomping the throttle causes tire spin, which causes a massive drop in speed. So it does from time to time aid you to just stomp the throttle and try to whip it around the wreck. But I'm not really sure what the best action there would have been in the truck.
Well, I mean, definitely when the 94 came off the inside wall right up in front of him, I mean, he really had nothing to do. I mean, he's really hopeless at that point, especially how heavy the trucks are. You know it's not going to stop on a dime. And if he tapped on the brakes, he probably got it a little loose. As we're fixing to go back green here at the dirt track of Bristol, green flag is waving. Daniel Worthington bringing us to the green flag down the front straightaway. Good start for Worthington. Mashcroft in that second spot. Bobby Hall Jr. going to the inside of Mashcroft. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway, getting Bobby Hall momentarily. But Mashcroft battles back on the outside. He's been strong up there. And the second win for that 94 machine on the bottom. Side-by-side racing. Next time by, be 5 laps to go here at the dirt track of Bristol.
5 to go as they 6 to go as they head down the back straightaway. 5 to go out of turn number 4 here. Steve, one thing that I'm sitting here watching Bobby Hall Jr. not do that I'm so used to seeing, and if we had a handful of dirt drivers out here, we'd be seeing it left and right here tonight. Steve, he could have thrown several slide jobs there and had a chance of taking that second spot.
Definitely good. That's something these truck drivers probably ain't as used to as a dirt track driver. So these slide jobs going on, and that's something we have not seen. But you know what? The racing, the night's still early. Plenty of time to get there. I'm sure Keith Hackney's going to show us a couple of them at some point tonight. But as you see right now, Worthington continues to lead. Mashcroft in second. Bobby Hall Jr. in third. Then you got Alan DeRocco in fourth and Adam Newberg in the 17, your top 5. Caution out on the racetrack.
Yeah, and as you brought the subject of slide jobs here, if I know these drivers even from racing on pavement, they'll throw slide jobs on pavement too, so they'll definitely throw it here on dirt. It's a lot easier to do it also.
I'll agree to that statement to a point, but for an asphalt driver, it's really that much easier coming over on dirt, and actually the track being a lot slicker. Slide that truck and get it wound up enough to not hit the wall and still keep it in front of the truck behind you. More factors to play in.
No, absolutely. And to play on your point, I mean, it's definitely going to be a lot. I mean, it's harder in a way, but also easier in a way. But I expect a lot of trucks to try it and a lot of trucks to fail also.
There we go. Now we got our instant replay here. The 72 truck down on the inside. He's driving right through the slick. Looks like the 6 gets a little wobbly in front of him. Doesn't really look like that hurt him any.
We're just looking, I'm guesstimating, because this is definitely not showing up here on the tower scoring which driver brought out the caution. I'm assuming because he went down pit road.
Not entirely sure, but we are back green. And still out in front, we have Daniel Worthington in the 113. He is now pulled out to a sizable lead over the 5 of Nathan Mashcroft from that last restart. Coming through turns number 3 and 4 right now to take the white flag. Top 5 right now: Worthington, Mashcroft, Hall, Duranko, Morris. Your top 5 going into the final lap.
As you look, Ron Morris Jr. under heavy attack from Adam Newberg. Side-by-side racing. White flag is out. One more to go for Daniel Worthington as he's ripping the lip at turns 1 and 2. You see him touch the wall just a tad bit. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway for the final time. Heavy into the wall, going into turn number 3. Out of turn number 4. Give it up for heat race number 2 winner, Daniel Worthington. Nathan Mashcroft coming on second. Bobby Hall Jr. and Alan DeRocco. Ron Morris Jr., your top 5.
What a run from Worthington there. He was under attack for about half of that race and was able to pull it out in the end as we're getting ready to grid for the feature. Steve, there's one that I noticed there. Worthington was able to do something that I didn't expect to see a lot of drivers do, especially that early on. Worthington ripped the high side through the sparks off the right rear quarter panel, so we get ready for our grid.
On the pole 19, no love. Truck number 69 is Keith Hackney. To his outside is Daniel Worthington for Pennsylvania.
Starting inside road number 2 in 06 from Shine Racing, it's going to be Josh Abbey. To his outside in the 5 machine, it's going to be Nathan Mascroft.
Starting 5th tonight, we got the 48 machine of Robbie Richards. Starting his outside and starting 6th, we got Bobby Hall Jr. driving the 94.
Your 4th row inside is Alex Healy. And to his outside, the Flex Motorsports truck number 4, Alan Duranco.
Inside row number 5, it's going to be the 42 of Ed Osborne. To his outside from Ron Morris Racing, it's 76 of Ron Morris Jr.
Starting row number 6, we got from Simbox Motorsports, we got the number 2 machine of Justin White. Starting on his outside, we got the 17 of Adam Newbert.
On your 7th row is Gary Jazorski in the 18. To his outside is Joey Dessette in the 16.
Inside row number 2 from row number 8 from Steve Schote Racing in the 27, it's going to be Steven Schote. And to his outside from J2R, it's the 6 of Josh Lockwood.
Driving the 9 machine from Highside Hustlers, we got Akamani Proctor. Then on his outside, we got the 18 of Kyle Harbin.
Rolling off 19th will be Travis Twitty and Brian Terry to his outside.
And really quick, I did get confirmation. Thank you for, I forget who it was that put it and how to pronounce my names, but his name is Akamai. But starting inside row number 11 from Team New England, it is David Brackett in a 38. And who's outside from McCooley Racing, it is Michael McCooley in a 15.
Starting 23rd from United States, we got Cody Verrill on his outside. We got some Snow Seal Racing. We got Bobby Matajeski.
All right, I'm going to roll off the rest real quick. Rolling off 19th is Travis Twitty. To his outside is Brian Terry. Starting 21st night be David Brackett and Michael McClurley. 23rd will be Cody Verrill and Bobby Mashevsky to his outside. 25th is Josh Clemens, TJ Hanley to his outside. Jason Bridges, West Wingen, and Chris Blanchard. Guys, we're going green out of turn number 4. Keith Hackney leading the field down. The pace car is in. We're racing here at Bristol. 100 laps the first stage. At lap number 45, we already got passing going on. That is Alex Healy battling there. Gained a couple spots. He's up 1 spot already, but Keith Hackney up to early race lead. Daniel Worthington, that 2nd spot. Then you got Josh Abbey and Nathan Mashcroft. They're battling side by side. That's your top 5 right there. You can throw a blanket a little further back. We got cars, trucks in the wall. I believe that was Mr. Proctor no, it wasn't him. Who was that? The 42 truck. Ed Osborne. Oh, Twitty, heavy in the wall. We got him all kinds of cockeyed, wampus caddy, whatever you want to call it, here at Bristol.
And one thing you're going to notice a lot of these drivers going to get antsy. They're going to be hitting the throttle way too much. These trucks, like right around that half, 3/4 throttle mark. A lot of these drivers that are running up front right now, Daniel Worthington, Keith Hackney, these guys know it. These guys have got it figured out. Josh Abbey running in 3rd there as well. These guys know exactly what they're doing. They know exactly how these trucks want to run. They've practiced it. They've got it figured out. And trucks further back, you'll notice the guys that aren't as experienced, that haven't got the dirt side figured out, that they're here for points. They're putting on the best show that they can. They're here for the fans.
When you look at the 18 of Gary, there got a little cross-eyed with that truck. That truck's still a little agitated as we got our first caution tonight. Cody Verrill bringing out your first caution. Cody Verrill on the left machine. Out of that turn, it gets really loose. The 72 to his outside. And when Cody came back up, he clipped him. Round he goes.
Yeah, 72, just kind of an innocent bystander there, had nowhere to go. His best bet at that point was to just either let off the throttle or do what he did there and keep it going, try to just keep it pointed straight. Kind of a no-win situation for the 72 there. The 11 truck does claim the caution. You see it there. That truck just goes absolutely haywire on the 72, just gets stuck.
Keith Hackney, your early race leader, doing what he loves, what he's born and bred to do. It's been dirt track racing. You used to be able to catch Keith Hackney driving front-wheel drive. Not sure what they call it over there, but yeah, front-wheel drive cars. He done a really good job there in real life. Won many of
Bang
races.
bangers.
Huh?
Bang bangers.
I thought you said something else. Okay, good. There you go.
Jeez, Steve. He was a bang banger driver, and he was a pretty good one from what I saw.
Definitely. And also, he became a good TikToker. I mean, and the thing about it was, I don't follow him. It was just funny. I was scrolling one night, and there's Keith Hackney. I said, I'll be daggone.
I don't have TikTok, but I've heard some rumors of his TikTok. So at any rate, we're on lap number 8 now. It looks like caution laps are counting. It's going to move our night along pretty quick. They are race control currently discussing stuff with the drivers right now, trying to get things figured out.
So I wonder, I might be speaking out of my head here because I'm an asphalt racer, like I said earlier. So if you had to compare between the trucks and a dirt prominent car, what would you compare the trucks to?
I will tell you this. The trucks are probably like, BJ, actually probably like a front-wheel drive, a bang-banger car, front-wheel drive car. And I'm going to be honest. The trucks push a certain, push. They're loose at certain times. So do trucks.
Depending on the setup with the trucks, when it comes to iRacing, I'd have to compare them to the street stocks. But in real life, yeah, I would say they would probably drive like a bang banger.
Are those like the four cylinders?
They're the 4 cylinders, the front-wheel drive cars. Yeah.
No, I never heard them called that. I'm from the Midwest, but you just call them four bangers. That's how we.
You don't watch Ultimate Dirt TV enough.
I guess not. I need to tune in more.
Well, we're doubled up here. Keith Hackney, your race leader. Daniel Worthington outside. Row number 2, Josh Abbey and Nathan Matchcroft. Row number 3, Bobby Hall Jr. and Alex Healy.
You just love his name, don't you?
Well, it's better than call him Haley, and that way he don't get divorced tonight. So, green flag is back in the air out of turn number 4. Keith Hackney bringing us down. Into turn number 1, he's getting that truck down low. He's digging it deep and trying to sell cheap. Everybody watch out, because ripping the lip right now is Daniel Worthington. He closes on the hip pocket. He gets into the outside wall. Into turn number 3, loses ground. Now we almost have 3 wide action. Look at Josh Abbey, Nathan Matchcroft there. Looking to try to split Worthington. Cannot make it done as we complete lap number 11 here at Bristol.
Classic move from Hackney. They're sliding up, just barely clipping the nose of that 113 to force him to check up, force him up where he was not comfortable, make him tap that wall a little bit. These drivers rolling the outside here really early on, doing really well, sticking it up there. Hackney still running that inside line up there in front, running away with it. Surprised not to see more drivers sticking it down to the inside, seeing him doing so well down there. Hackney's got that classic dirt track throttle control that we're used to seeing. Used to seeing these drivers stick that inside, stick their left front down on that transitional part down there and able to hang on to it and get it rolling. Seeing it from now, more drivers starting to look to the inside and struggling down there, Steve.
Definitely struggling. Now you look on board with Alex. Look at that steering wheel. Look how he's moving it. Counterclockwise. He's really working that wheel.
That thing's over 180 degrees there. That's a little scary.
That crash test dummy outfit's very fitting for tonight.
Look at Worthington's right side door. It has a lot of heavy romance done to the outside wall. As you look at all that scrapes and dings.
We got a truck upside down, Steve. The 5 is upside down and turn. I believe that's turn number 1.
Nathan Mashcroft, he's still upside down as the 88 gets involved with them. That's Wes Wingen there in 85.
Mascroft, one of our prominent drivers in the heat race, was started up front. He was in 4th place at the start of this race. Things not going his well here in the feature. He's still sitting on the inside there up against the wall there.
As we look at your replay, there you see the 5. He gets really loose at the flag stand, starts to come up. He's going to clip Alex there. They go head on to the wall. Alex still on him like that. You can see him on and off the gas. There's Nathan Mashcroft going upside down. Then you see some more defensive action going on a little further back, trying to save it. Those 3 drivers, as Alex goes around. Now you see Mashcroft, he's get back on all fours. The 76 gets into him. There you see Joey Doucette. And there goes Wes, the last time to tap him, and upside down goes Mashcroft. Again.
What a ride.
Yeah, these trucks not nearly as maneuverable as your typical dirt car when on the dirt side. And it showed right there. A lot of these trucks just struggling, trying to figure out where to go, not having any opportunity, not having enough control of the vehicle in order to do it. These trucks are almost locked. Once you get them in a groove, you get them in a line, they're almost locked. They're extremely hard to change your line on a moment's notice to dodge a wreck like that.
You see Mashcroft going upside down on his in-car camera. Lands it back on all fours. Tapped again. Head on with the traffic, then spun it back around. And there's Wes. He's just getting spun every direction. Tapped in every direction. Tapped in all the wrong spots, that's for sure. Ended up on his no-no.
It's almost like okay, son, show me where he touched you.
Oh my God.
Well, I can tell you this. It's normally like, as Jerry Van Sickles will say, lifting the skirt. I will tell you this. Yep. Alex Healy lifted the skirt.
You're listening to all these dirt terms is making me laugh. I've never heard these dirt terms, and I'm all in on it.
Well, Steve and I have reached our comfort zone here in this series, and it's hard to tell what you'll hear from us here tonight.
If you want to know who Jerry Van Sickle is, I can tell you. He announces at Marshalltown and Boone, Iowa. Boone, Iowa, the home of the Super Nationals for the IMCA divisions. In September, they always have the Super Nationals, and he's up there announcing every Saturday night in Marshalltown on every Friday night. Every once in a while, you can catch Jerry Van Sickle live here on Ultimate Dirt TV, calling action with us. We sure do miss him, but he's working hard in real life, calling the dirt track action. He's also on IMCA TV. He travels a lot too, BJ. Call a lot of these national races with the IMCA divisions.
Yes, he does. I've heard him a few times, even on Flow Racing. Gotta love that dude. Really miss hearing him call a race. Pace car is off, and we are set to go back green, Steve.
Well, I got another thing to say. Next time we have a caution, green flag is back out for Keith Hackney. They look at those cars, those trucks. They get sideways. They get loose when they get on the gas here. You got to think the horsepower. When they hammer down, you're going to have to wonder about Wednesday night when the Cup Series comes here, how the cars are going to handle. Definitely going to be a little bit different than the trucks.
Yeah, that's one way to put it. A lot of different things in the Cup car. One of those things being side aerodynamic. These trucks have a lot of push on the right side as they are very straight down the side. Which is going to help them lock the trucks in place. You notice there's no dirt
the 06 around. That is Josh Abbey bringing up the caution. And let me tell you, he wanted to hear me say Jerry Van Sickle's next verse. That's what it was.
Well, let's hear it.
Well, hold on. We got to get to it first.
So one thing I've always picked up on was watching my local dirt track here is how those cars, like our last accident, where they're able to flip and able to get back on all fours and fire it up and keep going. I'm glad to see that the 5 was able to do that as well.
Well, you're looking right now to the 06. That's Josh Abbey to the inside. He's looking, there's the 18. That is Gary Jaworski there. You see Jaworski get really, the truck's nice and, laying in there. 3 wide a little bit. Gary gets loose. Oh, doctor. Someone's going around this Josh Abbey right there with a contact that Gary inflicted on him. That's Jerry's Van Sickle's next thing is when they wreck, he yells out, "Oh, doctor."
I haven't heard that one in forever.
I need to subscribe to Flow TV and Ultimate Dirt TV and start watching more dirt. This is fun.
Well, I can tell you this: if you have Mav TV, they're in talks right now with Flow Racing like that. I believe they're going to start streaming more Mav TV stuff, where you get to see the Lucas Oil super late models on Flow coming to you. And that's a good deal to have, because if that happens, you don't have to pay all these subscriptions. You can basically, unless you have a local track using a different broadcasting company, most of the big races are on Flow TV. Except for the, XR series. They're on their own station. Then you have the World of Outlaws. They're on Dirt Vision. So, hey, Flow Racing is the thing to go. You got a lot of local racing going on. You got sprint cars, late models, modifieds. I've even seen dwarf cars. You got wrestling on there. You got whatever, skiing, whatever kind of sport they have. Flow Racing has it.
Yeah. You said dwarf cars?
Dwarf cars, yeah.
iRacing has basically the same thing called Legends.
Oh, gotcha.
Very, very similar cars.
I was talking about like mod lights or something.
Well, that's basically the same thing. In the Mid-South, a lot of your dwarf cars, that's what it was originally, have gone to the mod lights. Mod lights, most of the mod lights across the United States got sanctioned by IMCA this season. So they're racing for a national title at their local track. Something really neat to look into. But yeah, mod light, they're fast like a mini sprint, Hey, gotta have it.
Dude, they are a lot of fun. We used to have them here last year. They started, or a couple years ago, they started dying out last year. They ended up phasing them out entirely. So it's been a while since I've seen a mod light race, but pace car is off. We're coming back to the green. Hackney can bring us on a slow roll. Maybe not. Looks like the lights are back on.
Lights are back on, but we can talk also the USAC. Wingless sprints, they're live on Flow Racing, so you can get, if you like wingless racing, they got that. Late models, heck, they cover it all. Not jet skis. What's the thing going on? Snow skis?
Snowmobiles?
Yeah, snowmobile racing. They got those. They got the whole 9 yards.
So it's like ESPN 8 the Ocho for racing.
Yes.
Yeah. Personally, I've always got to go Flow Racing because they broadcast West Virginia Motor Speedway. Super happy to have that track back up. And green flag back out. Keith Hackney brings us down to the green. Great jump for him. Slides right back up to the high side there as he crosses the start-finish line. Worthington.
Yeah, go ahead.
I say Worthington to the outside. Here comes Richards to the inside. Takes that second spot away from Worthington. Going to look back to the inside of him. Here comes Bobby Hall Jr. He's loving what he's seeing in front of him. He's going to take a shot to the inside of Worthington now.
Hall Jr., he's down on the bottom. He's trying to dig it deep, but he slides up a tad bit on the exit turn number 2. Look at Alan Duranco pulling up to his outside into turn number 3. They're side by side. That's a battle for 4th and 5th. Hackney down pit road. 14 laps to go before your first break. Keith Hackney coming down pit road. This could be strategic. Well, we got caution on the racetrack. That might not be very strategic.
That might actually work for him.
It might, but I'm a little confused to see him go down unless he's planning on having that opportunity, because
caution coming out for Josh Lockwood. Lockwood in the 6 machine. Gets loose on the exit. The 08 had nowhere to go, but in his tapping the rump there and at the start-finish line. And there's Keith Hackney. Let's continue to look at Keith Hackney as he's on pit road.
And it looks like he was actually coming down pit road to serve a penalty that we did not catch.
So he might have fired a little early.
That is a very good possibility. I am keying in to ask the admins what the penalty was for right now to get confirmation on it, but he was serving a pass-through penalty. If I were Hackney in this situation, knowing how long these trucks can run on fuel, I would have pulled it into the pit stall and actually went ahead and took fuel and tires. Maybe not tires, but I would have taken fuel and took the opportunity to stay out for the stage break and not take a chance on losing any positions there.
Bill Miller, 37 minutes ago. Sorry, just catching this. Vote no reset. Well, it happened.
I have to agree with. I personally, as the dirt guy, I would have to agree with Bill. But these guys here on the asphalt side, they might have been voting for that sticky track, that tacky stuff to keep that car underneath of them. Personally, as I said, coming from a dirt opinion, I like the slick stuff. I like seeing them racing the slick.
Well, don't forget your caution brought to you by Blanchard's Towing. Servicing Central Maine and beyond. Give them a call at 207-817-0105 as lights are still on the pace car. So let's do this. While the lights out, let's go right here, or on. Let's thank Roche's Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance, Buck Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, Huffman Performance, and Nitro Racing as the league sponsors.
And Steve, we know firsthand how difficult it is to run a big league like this, to have a lot of stuff going on, to have money involved in it, and not have the sponsors. We know firsthand how difficult that is to do, especially when you don't have drivers paying entry fees, which we've done for years and years and years. I say years and years and years, but it's been for about 5 years now. It takes a long time to have any kind of entry fees into series. Steve, all that stuff was coming out of pocket. Those sponsors are extremely crucial, so huge thanks to them for helping these guys out.
Definitely, that is for sure.
And one thing about this league, too, is really interesting is there's payouts, too, for your first three, I believe, three or I think it's to top three get payouts, but you get Clean Drivers Award and Hard Charger as well, all payouts.
All right, lights are going out. We're going to let them loose for 8 laps here to your stage 1, to crown the stage 1 winner. Robbie Richards chooses the outside, Worthington to the inside. The field's in the hands of Robbie Richards as the pace truck pulls in out of turn number 4. Ladies and gentlemen, we're going back racing. Green flag is in the air. Good start there for the 48 of Robbie Richards. Bobby Hall Jr. follows in pursuit on the high side. Worthington follows back to third. He has to work that bottom, something he hasn't done all night long. He's been on the top shelf. There's Alan Duranco and Adam Newbert, your top 5. Then you got Justin White, Kyle Harbin, up 11 spots in the start of the race in that 23 machine. Then you have Ron Morris under attack by Josh Abbey there. That's for a battle for 8th and 9th on the board. Stephen Choate sitting in that 10th position. He's been keeping it quiet all night long. And there's Mr. Proctor and Healy in the 97. That is the battle for 12th and 13th on the field. A little further back, you see Brian Terry in the 31. Joey Doucette in the 16. That is for 15 and 16. Meanwhile, back up front, it's all Robbie Richards, and he's pulled away from Bobby Hall.
Bobby Hall Jr. moved up to that high side, took the line away from Daniel Worthington that he's been running all night long. Worthington, you saw it on that start. He's not used to being on the inside, not used to starting on the inside, and it hurt him there on that restart as Hall Jr. was able to take that spot away very quickly. And now he's just got to keep it smooth and sail that machine into the stage finish here at lap number 45. Just 4 laps to go until that time. Here comes Keith Hackney. He's working his way back through the field. He's up to 23rd.
23rd has heavy contact with the 18 machine. He is one lap down in the 69. That's Keith Hackney. But meanwhile, completing lap number 42, it is Robbie Richards on lap number 43. Out of turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Caution out on the speedway. Bobby Mashevsky bringing out that caution. Oh, looks like something broke there as he's way slowed down on the inside. Oh, the 42 was sideways in front of him. Ed Osborne. And Ed Osborne having some motor problems now. You see that truck is smoking. Let's rewind it back and see if we catch what happened to Ed. The reason why the caution shows for Bobby was because he was the truck that stopped on the track. Ed Osborne in the 42 truck there. See him on the outside up against that wall. Goes Ed to the turd there. He starts to lose it. The rear tires are spinning. Oh, he sees Joey DeSette sitting on track, so he tries to save it and not to get into him.
Yeah, both those drivers nowhere to go.
Yeah, that 72 car had a bad case of what the pavement world would call ARCA braking. That's when the driver does not hit the brakes whatsoever, and it's like he did not, with the tires not locking up or anything like that. So curious to see if the 72 had a little issue there, why he didn't see the 42 come down, but that's interesting.
Well, I can tell you this, the drivers are pitting. I believe they're going to use this as the stage break here as we're on lap number 45.
I can confirm they did announce that this is the stage break.
So right now, on top of the charts is TJ Hanley in that 08 machine. He's looking to make his way down pit road on that back straightaway. Robbie Richards in the 48, your stage winner.
A lot of these top drivers do not pit here.
Some of them were pitting during earlier cautions as well, so I'm curious to see who did that and who did not.
There's Bobby Hall Jr. in third. Justin White and Alan Duranco, your top 5 here at the dirt track at Bristol. Now, a little different stuff, dirt track racing versus asphalt, The difference is how loose these cars are on dirt. But the straighter you drive them, the better they are. So that's the reason why the drivers want the track really slickened off so they can drive these trucks in pretty straight and fast.
Yeah, the slick definitely always seemed to help me with the with getting moving, and got word that Robbie Richards is ready for an interview. I gotta find him. Oh, looks like the lights are going out.
Well, we'll hopefully talk to him to the end of the night there. Robbie Richards to the 48, Josh Abbey. Richards chooses the outside, Abbey to the inside. Then you have row number 2 is Bobby Hall Jr., Justin White. Then you have Alan Duranco, Ron Morse Jr., Daniel Worthington, and the 9 of Mr. Proctor. The 48, the Mission 22 truck. Green flag is in there. Good start there for Robbie Richards. Josh Abbey in that second place, and Bobby Hall Jr. working the bottom. There you see Justin White to his outside. White out of turn number 2 is currently running in that 4th position, trying to get a run on Hall. They go to turn number 3. Hall goes to the high side now. Your top 4 to the high side. Alan Duranco in that 5th spot, looking to the inside of Josh White for the battle 4th down the front straightaway. Alan Duranco giving it everything he has. He slings it in there, turn number 1. White to the outside wall. Give it to Duranco to that 4th spot. White falls back to 5th. Morris in that 6th position.
Bobby Hall Jr., I think, has one of the cleanest trucks on the track right now, as well as Robbie Richards. Those two, you see the difference between those trucks up in the front that are cleaner. pulling away from the rest of the field back there. Alan Durango, Justin White, and those guys back there battling for position. I'll say that, but we are looking through the hood of Bobby Hall Jr. Battle going on for the lead now. It is Josh Abbey looking at the inside of Robbie Richards there, was not able to make it stick, got a little loose, a little bit of contact there. Robbie Richards still leading the way.
Richards continues to lead. Abbey in that second spot. Bobby Hall Jr. third, under pressure by Alan Durango in that fourth truck. Al Durango has some damage over the left rear side there. Then you got Justin White and Stephen Choate in sixth place. Like I said, he's been quiet all night. He's up 9 spots in the start of the race. And you got Ron Morris Jr. in 7th, Adam Newber in 8th, and Alex Healy there in 9th. 10th is Daniel Worthington. Worthington and Healy making a little contact. Worthington will drop a couple spots there. And you got Kyle Harbin in that 13th spot. Ryan Terry, Joey Dissett currently sitting in 15th. That's your top 15 drivers. Meanwhile, Richards way out in front. Abbey in that second spot there.
Richards with a few truck lengths over Abbey, looking on back through the field. Keith Hackney back in 8th place. He's quickly making his way through this field and making it look easy out here. You see the massive run he gets on the 76 of Ron Morris Jr. He's now going to look to the bottom side of the track to try to get the position on heavy contact to the right side of that truck between Hackney and Ron Morris Jr. Both drivers able to hold on to it, keep on rolling. Interested to see whether or not that damage to the right side of Keith Hackney's truck is going to hurt him. Does not look like it. He's already looking to make a move on Justin White for 6th.
With that steering wheel, counter steering going into the turns. Heavy on the gas, lifts off a little bit, slides up. This is considered a slide job. Out turns down the back straightaway. On board with Keith Hackney. Look at him throwing it in there. Just turn that truck, try to get it to grip. And once it grips, he doesn't turn it as hard as we complete a lap with Keith Hackney on board. Meanwhile, Robbie Richards continues to lead there, going down the back straightaway. Abbey in his hip pocket as they go into turn number 3. Abbey tried to close the deal here. Can he do it? As we're coming up in a few moments' time, 40 laps to go. Abbey to the inside, side-by-side battle. Look at Abbey slide up. He does not complete the pass. Robbie Richards continues to lead down the back straightaway.
Yeah, these drivers are showing a lot of difficulty. Richards up in the wall. That's going to open the door for Abbey. Abbey not able to capitalize, not able to close that gap on Richards. Good job by Richards to hold on to it and keep that truck moving forward. You see the gap now shrinking between him and Josh Abbey. Abbey, if he can get that inside to work for him, he can get the position. He is showing more speed than Robbie Richards right now, more consistency, looking off the back of Robbie Richards' truck. Abbey right up his back bumper. Here comes Alan Durango now. He's loving what he's seeing in front of him. He's now starting to catch up to him as these drivers are starting to have to bob and weave through the maze of lap traffic.
Abbey to the inside, a pass for the race lead. He slides up on exit. Abbey, your new race leader at the line. Richards back to the inside. This is a battle for your race lead. Good racing up front, and that's going to allow Alan Durango. Look at him close up on the 48 of Richards. He goes to the inside. Now you're going to see Alan Durango slide up. Completes the slide job. Richards will cross him back underneath. Good racing here for 2nd and 3rd on track now. Durango gives them a shot in the shorts. And that's actually going to slow him up a tad bit.
Yeah, definitely hurt them both on pace there. Actually, it looked like as Josh Abbott continues to extend that lead over Richards. It's nice to see these drivers starting to get acclimated to the truck, starting to get a little bit more comfortable and starting to throw those slide jobs. Something I was not expecting to see a lot of here tonight from drivers that are not exactly used to being on the dirt side. I thought I'd see more from Keith Hackney, a driver who's moved up into 4th and is beginning to close the gap between him and Alan Durango. You see him right there. He's taking that thing right up there, right on the cushion and getting it rolling. Still continuing to battle for 2nd, Robbie Richards and Alan Durango.
Well, you look while those two battles are going to allow Keith Hackney to slowly reel these two drivers in. And before too long, we might have a new race leader. I mean, dirt track. I mean, BJ, we seen it in dirt track racing. You can come from nothing to be a hero in one lap, that's for sure. Meanwhile, Abbey continues to lead in the 06. Richards battling for second with Alan DeRocco. DeRocco at heavy lap traffic. That allows Keith Hackney. Saw how far back Hackney was momentarily. Now he's on the hip pocket.
Yeah, he is probably the most acclimated driver to the dirt side, the one who's most used to it. You see him able to use more lines than really anybody else here. He's able to run the inside and so much so not lose the ground on the drivers in front of him, but gain ground on them. As those two continue to battle for second, almost like they're unaware that Keith Hackney is closing in ground so drastically.
As you say, as Keith Hackney is closing in on the leaders here, I'm watching Josh Abbey, who's crept out to a 1.2 gap here. Now, I'm curious.
Oh, Hackney. Oh, the 4 upside down. We'll have to watch a replay on that one. This is the thing. Never on dirt track racing, that's fine. But get behind a lap car, you lose it in a heartbeat.
Oh, yeah. Getting in the lap traffic is so much more dangerous on the dirt side because there's so many more lines that can be utilized on the dirt side than what you normally see on the asphalt side. It's so much harder for lap traffic to get out of the way of the leaders. Sometimes it comes to bite them like it did right there. Actually, looks like might not have been from a lapped car.
Well,
you see these two battling.
Well, there's a lap car there. So you see DeRocco heavy on the brakes. You see the car starting to back up a little bit. That's where the rear end starts to slide up. Hackney up against the wall there. Out of the turd. You look at the 11 machine. That is Cody Verrill. Down to the very bottom. Getting out of the racing line. As he starts to come up a tad bit. Now you're going to see. Look at the 4. He's coming straight up towards Keith Hackney. Make contact. Hackney up against the wall. And then up and over goes Alan DeRocco. This looks like the same song, second verse, to what we saw with Mashcroft.
Yes, it does. That 4 machine, almost in the same spot of the track, if I remember correctly, going into turn number 1 being upside down. Just extremely difficult to work your way around lap traffic if you're not used to it, if you're not used to the dirt side, especially when the lap traffic is sliding around and fighting the truck themselves. That puts Hackney back up in the third seat. I'm really wondering if that damage, how bad that damage on that 69 machine is going to be, whether or not it's going to hurt him being able to get back up and take that lead back away.
Yeah, you can see it on the right-hand side there. On the fender, on the hood. Looking off the back of Keith Hackney.
Yeah, see, there is no such thing as a clean vehicle in dirt track racing, huh?
No.
Not really.
Looking at the drone shot there on Keith Hackney's vehicle.
Drivers currently receiving warnings from race control about wall riding. Now, just to clarify, and I like the way that they just said it there, the right rear smacking the wall a little bit, grinding the wall, that is okay, but do not flat side the wall. Jason Collins, the admin here in Bluegrass, just very well explained that. Just because the right rear is scraping the wall and you've got sparks flying off the right rear of that truck, it does not mean you're wall riding. A lot of people get that one confused, get that one wrong. That is ripping the lip. See, if we mentioned that one earlier, that is ripping the lip. If you got that car flat, the entire right side on the wall, that's when you're wall riding.
Well, you know, this is Bristol. Now I will tell you a difference between wall riding here. Bristol's one of those, you wall ride too much, it's one of those tracks, the walls will grab you and suck you in, especially on the dirt side.
Oh, yeah.
It's the same thing when it's paved, too. I remember countless of times I was getting warnings, too, about wall running on when it's paved.
I don't know if I've ever raced on it paved, honestly.
It's fun.
I did like 5 years ago.
It has, not as many grooves as it is on dirt, but, I mean, high line, low line, it all works.
Josh Abbey The field's in his hands. Green flag is back out. We're racing. Good start for Abby there. Bobby Hall outside. Goes to second. Look at Keith Hackney. He's digging it deep and trying to sell Jeep out of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway as we got a battle with Richards and Hall. Hall side by side with Richards out of turn number 4. Hall should have the momentum on the high side as he does at the line. Get it to Hall for that second spot.
Hall doing a good job finding the quick line around the outside. Richards doing a good job catfishing the bottom, holding on to it though and able to fight back. He's going to put Hackney back and forth. Hackney's going to send it to the bottom side. He's going to go for the slide job. Good job woeing it up and not getting into Hall. He's going to take third away from Richards. Continuing to lead on up front, though, Josh Abbey is continuing to run away with this one here. Hall Jr. Still sitting in second. He's back under attack from Keith Hackney.
Hackney had server race penalty, went to the back, was a lap down, got his lap back. When we took stage break, Hall into wall, and I was Hackney to the inside. Hackney with a slide job over Hall. Hackney to that second place. Now he has Josh Abbey in sight. Abbey way out in front, but something we just talked about with this. All Abbey has to do is get in lap traffic. Hall almost did not do a very good slide job there.
Yeah, that was almost deadly there.
I do have to say, Keith Hackney is on a mission tonight. I've watched him pretty much every lap just on my POV, and he is just ripping the thing. I'm very impressed with him right now.
Well, when basically your home's dirt track racing, you got a point to prove. He won last week, but Hackney, gotta wonder if something broke on that truck as now he's coming down pit road. Or is this the pit stop? Do you make a pit stop now?
Way low, I think he might have blew up.
Hackney is done. Looks like the damages got to it. One thing that I have learned here in the trucks is if you get that damage to the front end like he had left side, right side, it's almost like it allows that dirt to collect in the grill or something, and it does overheat the trucks a lot. That's going to be a massive blow to the truck that I was honestly expecting to win this one, the 69 of Keith Hackney. Josh Abbey continuing to lead this thing. Got some awesome speed shots going on here.
Way out of front's Abby's. There's you see your second place of Bobby Hall Jr. Looking throughout the field here. Look at the different lines these drivers are racing. Look at the sliders they're throwing on each other. Good job handling these fine trucks. Josh Abbey way out in front here at Bristol as he's coming down the back straightaway. Abbey underneath Twitty. Put him another lap down. There is Bobby Hall Jr. Hall run the high line. He's in clear traffic, clear of traffic. But he knows he has to get there to make a move on Josh Abbey as he's hoping these lap trucks slow him down just a tad bit. As Abbey, Hall, Richards, Durango, and Worthington, your top 5. You got Alex Healy, Adam Newbert, Steven Choate. Then you have Justin White and Joey Dissett, your top 10. Caution out on the racetrack. Wes Wingen in the 88 truck.
Looks like the 15 got loose up there on the top. Comes down the track. Wes Wingen hanging out down there on the bottom. It looked like he had it there for a minute, but lost it again. Come right down across the nose of the 88.
And then you see the 88 just spinning out right at the flag stand. Don't forget your cautions are brought to you by Blanchard's Towing. As a caution, we're going to throw the sponsors on the board. Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder Performance, Butt Kicker, Blanchard's Towing, Hoffman Performance, and Nitro Racing, all sponsors of the Bluegrass iRacing Series. You're watching the Truck Series here tonight at the Dirt Track of Bristol. Tomorrow night, the Xfinity Series will be at Iowa. And then the Cup Series will be back here on Wednesday night, presented to you by Roasted Jim's Coffee.
I can't wait to see what the Cup cars are going to bring us here. It's been a while since I've been in a Cup car here on the dirt or seen a Cup race on the dirt side. It's going to be really interesting to see how they turn out. Looks like Josh Abbey's going to choose the outside line, I think. Oh, it's a lap car going down. Never mind.
Well, also this Thursday night, it's going to be the Pro Late Models Open Setup at Volusia. 50 laps, 500 to win, 25 to register is your entry fee. That's this Thursday night, live at 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern. Something you don't want to miss. It was a good show last week where you got to see the two of Dylan Hauser picking up the win. Can he do it this week? As we're on lap number 88 right now, under caution. Well, BJ, we're coming very close to the 10 laps to go signal. Barney going to hold up 2 sets of hands, showing 5 fingers on each hand, which is normal, right? Unless you're odd one out, got 6, or missing one, you could have 4 or less.
Hey, don't talk about me like that.
But normally, in dirt track racing, you can see the flagman, he'll hold his hands, showing them 10 laps to go, and he'll be moving them around.
Steve, I feel like I've had shots fired at me, Steve, on only having 4 fingers because you lost one.
Well, I mean, you never know, right? Lights are going out. At the flag stand next time by, we'll have 11 laps to go. We'll go back green flag racing here at Dirt Track of Bristol. Will it be Josh Abbey picking up his first win of the season? Or could it be Bobby Hall Jr. or even Alan Duranco, who flipped, now back up there in that 4th position?
It just goes to show how much the beating and banging, the cautions, everything can play into your favor here on the dirt side. I'd almost say more so than what it does on the asphalt side. I mean, it takes a lot less laps to get it back up there on the dirt side. I mean, usually you have a lot less laps to do it. Green flag back in the air. Josh Abbey on the outside takes it back away. Bobby Hall Jr. was running second. He just got a boot in the shorts from Robbie Richards. Richards going to go catfishing down there on the apron.
Look out, turn number 2 down the back straightaway, 3 wide for second. Give it to Alan Duranco. Duranco on the high side. Richards, he's on the low side, out of turn number 4. Look at Hall keeping it in the center. Meanwhile, Abbey's loving what he's seeing because now he's starting to pull way out in front. Duranco in that second spot, Hall in third. Then you got Worthington and Richards, your top 5. Alex Healy and Adam Newbert, Stephen Choate, Josh White, and Joey DeSette rounds out your top 10. DeSette to the inside of White as they come out of the turn.
Another driver that's had a really good comeback is Daniel Worthington. He's back up into that 4th position in the 113. These drivers juking and jiving all over the place. Josh Abbey still leading the way. Richards taking a look down lower through the middle of the track on Worthington. Worthington doing everything he can to catch up to Bobby Hall Jr. It's still anyone's game. Right now it's looking like Abbey's race to lose, though, as he's continuing to pull away from the field. 7 laps to go when they cross the stripe this time.
7 laps to go for Josh Abbey, way out in front. Alan Duranco in that second spot as he has heavy damage on the truck after flipping it. Bobby Hall Jr. in that 3rd spot. They're single filed right now, and it only did pack back, maybe have some 2 wide racing. As you look at these trucks, caution out on the racetrack.
Caution flying on the track, Steve. This is going to bring us to a green-white checkers. We take a look at our instant replay. See the number 11 there on the inside. The 15 up on the outside once again. Curious to whether or not he's involved in another one here. The 11 of Cody Verrill running right through the slick.
Oh, no. He gets it into the moisture. Look, he overcorrects there, trying to not get hit that inside that wall, retaining wall there.
And just loops it down a straightaway. So a lot of times what happens there, I've seen it, I've done it, a lot of people have done it. When those drivers start snapping loose in that slick, it slides them down to the tacky while they're sitting there counter steering, trying to bring it back underneath of them. They hit that tacky down there, Steve, and it grabs a hold of the front wheel. So all that counter steer that they're putting into that truck to try to hold on to it, as soon as they hit that tacky and it grabs a hold of it, Guess where it's going?
Somewhere, right?
It's going right back to where the wheels are pointing. Jeez.
Tomorrow night, the Xfinity Series at Iowa. Something you don't want to miss. It'll be at 8 p.m. Eastern, or 8 p.m. Central, 9 p.m. Eastern, live on Ultimate Dirt TV.
Yeah, that's going to be a fantastic race. Iowa always puts on a great race.
Prove it.
Those Xfinity cars are amazing to drive on that track.
Prove it. Prove it tomorrow.
Well, I can't prove it. I have to work, but my teammates will.
Okay, make them
Nate
prove
Maurer
it.
will.
Make me and BJ be a firm believer that asphalt is better than dirt. You have to do it.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You can put on the best race in the history of racing on asphalt, and I'm still going to pick dirt.
So I want you to prove it to
Hey,
you
I'm
tomorrow night. You got to get your teammates and go, we have to prove them wrong.
Hey, I will put that pressure on them. Absolutely. But, I mean, I do know I work with a lot of dirt racers, especially some retired now dirt racers, and they always tell me that pavement is for getting there, or what's the saying? Dirt is for racing and pavement's for getting there.
That's right.
That's what I hear all the time when they tell them I do sim racing NASCAR. So I grew up at a pavement short track here in my home city that's now converted to dirt, so I'm kind of at a loss here.
Derek Drummond, hello, sir. How are you doing? Long time no see. As you're all tuning in, don't forget also Keith Hackney blew up his truck trying to make his way back up to the front after leading a lot of laps, getting a penalty. But you know what, BJ? The lights are out here at Bristol. We're fixing to go back racing.
Yes, they are. Looks like we're going to be single file for the green, white, checkered. We'll come back to green, and it'll be lap 100. And we will go 100, 101, 102 straight into overtime. I just seen Derek Drummond the other day. I ran a race with him in the touring series.
There you go. All right, the lights are out. Here we come to green. Josh Abbey, the field's in his hands. Green flag is out. Good start for Abbey. That's what he wants to see. Duranko battling with Worthington side by side. 3 wide for second out turn number 2. Give it to Bobby Hall. Down the back straightaway. Duranko on the outside. Look at this. Oh, Duranko throws that rear end in and caution back out on the speedway. Another green, white, checkered.
Yeah, there's a thing, I'm sure Dirt has this too. It's called cautions breed cautions.
It almost hits worse on dirt, honestly. They absolutely
I don't know. Have you
do.
seen some short track racing?
I've been in some short track racing. But cautions do definitely breed cautions, especially when drivers are getting antsy. It's green, white, checkered. They want the best finish they possibly can. See up front, the 2 truck just coming down off the wall. 23 car gets loose from the checkup. Driver behind gets into him. Cars just going everywhere on this restart trying to get going.
Well, but that wasn't exciting enough. We're going to go green, white, checkered one more time. Josh Abbey, Alan Duranko, Bobby Hall Jr., Daniel Worthington, and Adam Newbert, your top 5. Robbie Richards, Alex Healy, Stephen Joey Dissett, and Justin White, your top 10. Then you got Ron Morris Jr., TJ Hanley, Brian Terry, Michael McClooley, and Chris Blanchard, your top 15. Then you got Kyle Harbin, Mr. Proctor, Travis Twitty, Cody Verrill, Josh Clemens, and David Brackett. Round out 21st. And then you have Keith Hackney, Wes Wingen, Ed Osborne, Gary Jazorski, Jason Bridges, Bobby Maniszewski, Josh Lockwood, and Nathan Mashcroft out of the race. All right. The lights are still at the pace truck. You look, Josh Abbey looking to restart on outside.
Looks like they are going to delay the green. It's going to make the finish at lap, I believe, lap number 106. Yep, the lights didn't go out at the line that time either.
No.
A lot of the drivers here are wanting to go single file, but I don't believe Jason Collins is going to let them do it.
Well, on asphalt, it's the or on dirt normally on a regular dirt track. When it's a green, white, checkered, you are normally single file. On iRacing, with 10 laps to go, you're single file. On dirt, I mean, on iRacing. But this being the truck series, a little bit differently. So we'll see. They're doubling up. The light should go out this time. And they do. Yeah. Alan Duranco on the inside of this restart. Abby on the outside. Now, something for the inside there, you got to really watch out on the inside not to spin those tires and get that truck loose. As the driver's going into turn 3, coming out of turn number 4. Pace car is in. The field's in the hands of Abby. Look at him. Green flag is out. Good start for Abby. There you see the 4. He got loose there on that start. Bunches them up. Now, Worthington up to second. 3 wide. That's for 5th. 6 and 7 to 17. Almost collides with the 4. Down the back straightaway. Josh Abbey way out in front. Out of turn number 4. The white flag caution out of the racetrack.
After the caution, Bobby Hall Jr. nearly looping it through turns number 3 and 4. I thought the caution was going to come with the 48, the 4, and the... I don't forget what number he was there. 96, I believe it is, Bobby Hall Jr. Really thought the caution was going to come out right there.
As you see, Bobby Hall on the inside going down the back straightaway. There's the 3 wide action. They're all crossed up Wampus Caddy. And Healy decides 3 wide wasn't fun enough. We're going to go try and make it 4 wide. But then the 17 and the 4, they make contact on the inside. And around goes Alan Duranco, bringing out this caution. Josh Abbey, your race leader. On NASCAR side things, you know, a little bit different on the restarts, especially with green, white, checkers. Normally, they do double file. Totally different what you see on the dirt side of things.
I do have to agree with that. It's a lot different from watching my local track to this, especially with double file restarts. And one thing I have noticed too is NASCAR doesn't do what I believe is called in some parts of the United States called the Colorado rule, where they put the leader in front of the whole pack. And NASCAR doesn't do that, which I think they should. But, you know, Delaware, that's it. That's it.
Delaware double file restart, or you call it Dixie double file. Either way, depends on where you're at in the United States. You got to witness that on Sunday night.
I did. It was different, and I really enjoyed how you guys did that, and I look forward to maybe doing that again someday.
Definitely. Waiting for the lights to turn off on the pace car. One more. This is, I believe, is this the final attempt of the green, white, checkered?
Correct. If they throw the caution, it's basically right now they're taking the white flag in NASCAR terms. So in NASCAR, you have the green, white, checkered. If the leader takes the white flag, no matter the flag, after the white flag ends the race. That's basically what they're going to do here. It can be a caution, or the checkered flag, and the race will be over. So as long as if the caution is thrown before the leader takes the white flag, as long as the leader maintains pit road or pace speed until the checkered flag, the race is over.
All right.
We do have, I don't remember if you covered or not, we do have the opportunity for one more green white checkered, if I'm not mistaken. No, this is 3 of 3.
This is 3 of 3.
Okay, I thought I seen 4 when I looked earlier.
Let me tell you, Barney, the iRacing flagman, gave him the 1 to go signal. What will happen this time going green? Barney's going to show him the popsicle sticks out of turn number 4. The goal for the field is do not bring out that caution. Let's race it out to the end. Base truck looking to make that left-hand turn out of turn number 4. Abby bringing the field to the green. 2 laps to go here at Bristol.
That outside row doing what it's done all night long. Another good restart. Robbie Richards looking to move into that second position. Smacks the wall that's going to stop him from doing so. Daniel Worthington back up into second. He ran second behind Keith Hackney for quite a while earlier in this race, doing what he was doing earlier. Looks like he's getting a little antsy, a little bit nervous. He's making mistakes now. Oh, and Robbie Richards gets tagged in the back by Bobby Hall Jr. Both drivers able to keep a hold of it, keep on going. White flags in the air for Josh Abbey.
And turn number 3 for the final time. Coming out turn number 4. Picking up the win. It's going to be Josh Abbey. Second place going to Daniel Worthington, Robert Richards, Bobby Hall Jr., Adam Newbert. Rounding out your field. And we got several rounds back there. What a race to the finish. As we have your results on the board momentarily.
Definitely a fantastic run. And hey, we got our interview with Robbie Richards since we missed it during the stage break that time.
I get to interview my old friend, so I'm looking forward to that.
All right, here's your future results on the board. Are your finishing results. Josh Abbey, Daniel Worthington, Robbie Richards, Bobby Hall, and Adam Newbert, your top 5. Then you got Alex Healy in 6, Ron Morris Jr., TJ Hanley, Michael McCurley, and Kyle Harbin rounding out your top 10.
In 11th, you've got Chris Blanchard, then Alan Duranco, Akamai Proctor, Joey Doucette, Travis Twitty, Justin White, Stephen Choate, Josh Clemens, Brian Terry, and Cody Verrill rounding out your top 20.
Finishing 21st, you got David Brackett behind them. You got Wes Wiggin, Keith Hackney. And 24th, you got Ed Osborne. 25th, Gary Jaworski. 26th, Bobby Matuszewski. 27th, you got Jason Bridges. 28th, you got Josh Lockwood. And finishing 29th, you got Nathan Mascroft.
Mascroft with that early flip over there did a number on that vehicle. All right, so we get ready for post-race interviews. Oh, let's see here. Wrong one.
Believe we're still waiting on our second place finisher.
All right, so let's go ahead and bring in our third place finisher tonight. Bryce, you have your third place finisher.
Robbie Richards is Bryce. What's up, old friend?
How's it going, man?
Oh, I'm doing well. Man, you were running that top line majority of the night tonight. You led some laps. You fell back, and you can finish P3 tonight. So tell me, how did this track change for you and your race team throughout the race tonight?
Yeah, man, coming to the stage win there, not sure exactly what happened to the leader. I was on the outside, and I don't know what happened to him, but we got the stage win there. Everything was going great, and then cautions come out, leading the race. I got behind a lap car, and that's what cost me the lead there. I knew he was fast anyway, but after that and all the restarts, I was just starting on the bottom, and there's no grip at the bottom. And luckily there at the end, we had the cautions to be able to start on the outside and get back up to where we were at. The track was super slick. I'm not a big fan. I'm not gonna say I'm not a big fan. I'm just no good at driving when they're slick. It's just ultimately what it boils down to. So I'm happy to bring it home P3. Going to next week.
Absolutely, you were a very strong truck tonight. Now I can tell you this: you would drive it better than I would on dirt. I can tell you that right now. But do you have any sponsors or any teammates or family you want to shout out tonight?
Oh yeah, definitely want to shout out to or give thanks to Blanchard's Towing, Butt Kicker, you guys doing the broadcast here. Jason for putting all the work in that he puts in here. All the admins for Bluegrass. It's not an easy thing. When you could easily just race just as easy, but they take the time to do that. Looking forward to next week and hopefully keep momentum up. I know the 2 stage wins this season and got the win already, so starting off pretty strong.
Absolutely, you're a very strong racer this season, and I look forward to see how you're going to do the rest of the year. Ladies and gentlemen, we got Robbie Richards here, finishing out P3 tonight.
BJ Duvall caught up with your second place finisher.
That's right. I've caught up here with the driver of the number 113 truck out of Pennsylvania, Daniel Worthington. What a run you had there. Brought that truck. You were up front for quite a while, then you fell back, and then you brought it back up there into second place. Walk us through that race a little bit.
Yeah, what a handful that was. I made a bad call on pit. Took 4 tires. Should have just took 2 with the teammates there, but it was a good race. I tried getting Abby at the end. I didn't want to take both of us out, but congrats to him and Richard on top 3.
You definitely made some good moves. You flew right up through that field. The track slicking off, was that something that you had practiced for, or did it kind of hurt you a little bit or play into your hands? How'd you feel about that tonight?
No, I knew it was going to slick off. I mean, I started on iRacing, racing dirt, and then it just went to the asphalt side, but I've raced a few other races before this with the trucks on dirt, so I have some experience. I'm not saying I'm no pro or nothing, but yeah, it definitely slicked off. I mean, just staying off the wall was key. I think I ended up coming with 0 X's. That was pretty impressive too, but yeah, key was to stay off the wall and get that good restart at the end, and that's what made us get that P2.
0 X is definitely impressive the way this field was going. When you brought the 0 X's up, I lost my train of thought for the next question, but did a good run tonight. Congratulations on bringing it home in second. Go ahead and thank your sponsors. Everybody helps you get up there.
Yeah, I got to thank Trevor, Burge Racing Graphics. I got to thank RNS Button Box, Flex Motorsports. I got to thank Wes, Bobby, Alan, the rest of the gang there. We got a pretty good team on us. I got to thank Wes for being on the truck, Dakota, Worthington's Motorsports RC. I got to thank the wife for letting me do it. I got a couple family members that are watching, you guys for broadcasting, and Jason for putting this on, and whoever sponsors the Bluegrass for it to happen. Appreciate it.
All right, congratulations again. I believe Steve has caught up with our winner.
Well, Josh, good job on picking up the win here at Bristol. You got to say, the cautions breed cautions. Those green, white checkers, that had to give you a little nerve-wracking there.
It was agonizing.
Well, walk us through tonight. How was your truck feeling? How was it different from the others? It seemed like the only other person, until he blew up, Keith Hackney, seemed like he was able to, the truck was able to move forward quite a bit with Keith Hackney's. But when you were out front, you were way out in front.
Yeah, I knew, honestly, it was going to be Hackney, and then the rest of us were just playing chess behind him. And he picked up a penalty. I don't know if he was speeding into the restart zone or went before the restart zone. I don't know. But somehow he picked a penalty, and I knew from then it was going to be game on. I got caught up. I think Gary came off 4, and I got collected in. So I knew I was kind of playing catch-up myself. But once I could get some clean air, the truck was a rocket ship. We went into that stage break, and I took gas only. I went in, I think, like seventh, came out second, and right then playing around with Robbie a little bit, and I knew we were faster than him. I just needed to get past him. Eventually, I don't know if he got caught up in the wall or what. I was able to pull a slider on him and drive away, and then it was all she wrote. It just that high line was the only line pretty much. And then just weaving it out of the traffic. And then, like I said, honestly, if it wasn't for, I seen Hackney come in when we had that one caution. I seen he was third. I knew I had to just try to get out front as much as I can, and then make him chase me. And I guess he ended up blowing up. I'm not sure if it was just he was balls to the wall, which I mean, like I said, he was, a lap down, so he was catching us. So he might have been, but it was pretty much just you get clean air, you could just make it a rocket ship. This thing was just gone.
Definitely. Go ahead and thank those fine sponsors making it all possible for you.
Man, it's kind of special. Harpoon Motorsports jumped on. He's a good friend of mine. Came on the truck, and I was really happy to get him a win tonight. I got to thank Sharon O'Shine, Shine.co. Great team, merchandise. They're great fellas that have been, through this venture and journey. Matt Liveries, Martin Sports, 906.com, 789 Designs, Elite Performance Industries. It's been really special. I got to give some of these guys, the Flex Motorsports guys. I started in dirt when we were DTJ, and I wouldn't have learned anything if it wasn't for Dan and Wes and them. So I got to give them a shout out. And then at the end of the day, I always got to give my wife a shout out. She lets me do this. Happy wife, happy life. Love her to death. She lets me do this, and we got to win tonight. And man, it was a good monkey off the back. So I was really happy about this one. So, and thank you all for the broadcast. Jason putting the league on. It's been a hell of a ride so far, and we're just getting started.
Well, congratulations on your win, sir.
Thank you all. Y'all have a good night.
You too. All right, so tomorrow night, the Xfinity Series live here on Ultimate Dirt TV at Iowa. This is going to be a barn burner, according to Bryce Hunter. So hopefully he'll keep our expectations high and entertain us tomorrow night. But, go ahead.
Say I
won't
be there, but I'm sure
be.
the Bluegrass. I'm sure that the Xfinity Series can hold their own without me there. Because no, my luck, I'll either be blowing up or laps down. So it's but they'll be fine.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to end our broadcast tonight here on Ultimate Dirt TV. We want to thank the fine sponsors one last time for the Bluegrass iRacing Series. Roasted Jim's Coffee, Kinder's Performance, Buckhaker, Blanchard's Towing, Hoffman Performance, and Nitro Racing. Until next time, tomorrow night, live at 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 p.m. Central, I'm Steve McMill along with Bryce Hunter and BJ Duvall. Until then, good night, stay safe, and God bless.